Hi, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux. Today I'm going to be doing a little in-depth review on the new MakuluLinux XFCE edition. The first thing you're going to obviously notice on boot up is the login screen. I'm not in a live CD now, in live mode now. I'm actually in virtual PC. Although in the live mode, of course, you would select the live user session and type in your password, which is live. In my case, obviously, I've got my own password. So let's go and log in. Oh, this is the NDM display manager, by the way. One of the first things you'll notice that it is fast. MakuluLinux XFCE is very fast, even in VirtualBox. You'll also notice that we use a very nice sort of grey steel kind of looking theme, and you'll also notice that we use the whisker menu. I actually had some people thinking this was a Cinnamon edition because of the menu. I had to correct them and say no, it is XFCE with the whisker menu. It opens up by default listing your favorites. The favorites, we've obviously put the common most used applications, I guess, or things you're more likely to use on first use. Your file manager, your web browser, terminal, software manager, your package manager, device driver manager, since you'll probably be setting up drivers at first, your settings manager, and of course update manager. You can simply right click and remove something from the favorite. You can also add it to desktop or to panel if you want to create a shortcut of that specific application. I'll come back to the whisker menu a bit later. We've added some favorites at the bottom in the panel next to the taskbar, which is obviously your software manager, your terminal, your web browser, and your file browser, of course, which is also the four most used items in Linux. You've got your volume controls, which also gives a nice little pop-up, semi-transparent pop-up effect there. You've got your weather, your update manager, you've got your network manager, and you've got your power manager, as well as your time and date. So that's pretty awesome. I'm just going to exit out of that. On the desktop, you've got your home, file system, trash, and your Makulu help icons. I'll come back to that a little later. The theme, as you can see, is of course, like I said, it's sort of a grey steel graphite kind of theme. It's very easy on the eyes. There is a dark version of this theme as well. By default, we chose to put the light theme on as default, but the user can easily change between themes. The icon theme is of course the sphere icon theme, which is it sort of puts all the icons in like a glass dome effect, a sphere basically. It's very awesome, something different, something new, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. The transparency mostly comes into play with dragging windows, makes them semi-transparent. The window decorations are semi-transparent, as well as the terminal. The terminal is semi-transparent. I don't know if you've noticed. Have you seen the speed? I mean, everything it's instant. Okay, so the web browser is obviously Chromium web browser. We used Opera in the past. We've moved over to Chromium because Opera has now released Opera Next, so they've stopped working on Opera, and as such have only released a few updates for Opera Next. They've basically put that on hold until 2014. So there won't be any Opera updates apparently, and for that reason we've moved to Chromium. I have however enabled a lot of the features that I use in Opera. I've enabled in Chromium. You'll notice there's a Gmail link that opens Gmail directly, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, drop to mobile. So those are all there available as I would have had them inside Opera. The speed dial features of Opera I've added to Chromium, the plugin. I've also added an ad block, and I've also added a YouTube tool downloader. If we open up a YouTube movie here, let's click on the movie, and you will notice that there is a download option below the movie, so you can download it into FLV or into MP4, I think. There we go, MP4, FLV, MP4. Okay, yeah, so there's download tools that have been enabled, and by default Flash Player works in MakuluLinux XFCE 4.2 edition. So yeah, so that's the web browser. Very awesome. Very, I suppose Chromium is one of the most used browsers. We've got Deludge, Dropbox, Flaget, all the usual stuff. Mumble, of course. If you open Mumble, highly recommended to do so, by the way. Mumble will take you into the Open Linux community chat channel, and this is pretty much where all the Linux guys hang out. You know, well, I hang out there sometimes. The Australis developers hang out there. A lot of developers hang out there, so it's always a nice place, especially the lounge. Of course, they're different time zone to me, so right now pretty much everybody's offline. But I think early morning hours, sort of for me. It's quite late by then, but they're usually all online. Very helpful, by the way. Very helpful crowd. Bunch of nice guys. So yeah, Mumble's on there, pre-configured to enter that channel. You've got your Thunderbird Mail, Nitro Share, Pigeon, Radio Tray, VLC Player. By the way, VLC Player has a really nice skin. Very awesome skin. Love it. Look at that. Isn't that just pretty? So yeah. Anyway, you can find a list of all the programs in the release notes. We've included a couple of games. Steam is on there as well. Wine is on there, and we've fixed the printer options. The print settings are in there. So I'm not going to cover all the software that comes included. There's quite a bunch. Full Office packages in there, Adobe Reader's in there, Pinta's in there, Photox is in there, LibreDraw. So yeah, calculators in there. Pretty awesome little calculator. But as you can see, it is fast, it is smooth. A whole bunch of wallpapers is included, of course. You can change the wallpaper to whatever you wish. There's a backseat hippo. There's Hungry Hippo, Hippos in Love, that's old wallpaper. Hippo Family, Hippo in the Ocean, Hippo in the Pond. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of wallpapers to choose from. They're pretty cool. Theming wise, there's quite a lot of themes to choose from. This is the Makulu Dollarian Light. You also get the Dollarian Red Dark. So yeah, you would also get the actual Dollarian Dark, which is the darker version of that light theme I had earlier. As you can see, it's literally just turns the theme dark, which is quite awesome. This is obviously the default one. There are a bunch of other really nice themes that we've included. Some the users will like, some they won't, I guess. But there is a range of fairly nice themes to choose from. Makulu Help will obviously open the FAQ section of the website, where I update any issues that users might have with answers as well. How do I change my fonts? How do I install printed drivers? How do I change language? How do I set up Wine for gaming? And there you go, you just click on it and it gives you the answer. So that's pretty awesome. So that link is on your desktop. You can click it at any point in time and go see if your issue is listed. If you have any issues, please feel free to post on our forums or email me, and I will help you solve it, and I'll probably paste an FAQ for any other users that might have issues with it. So yeah, in a nutshell, it's XFCE. It's always fast, it's always stable, and this is XFCE that looks really nice. It's shucks, I don't really have any videos or pictures on here. I would have shown you. But yeah, XFCE in a nutshell. MakuluLinux. It's fast, it's stable, runs like a dream. It looks nice. I mean, I think that's what everybody really well, the comments, the feedback I've had about it is that it really looks stylish, you know. I mean, it's not enough anymore just to build a stable, fast distribution. You know, the whole world's revolving around or evolving to the level where everything must look good. It must be fast, it must be stable, and it must look good. You know, it's easy to build a distribution that's solid, stable, and fast when there's no eye candy, literally nothing to eat resources, and no pressure or anything else, and you sit with dull, this dull-looking thing. It's another thing when you try and meet all the objectives. You know, you want it stable, you want it fast, you want it low on resources, and you want it to look nice. And that's pretty much what my goal's been all about. So yeah, XFCE, MakuluLinux, at its best, very awesome. Download your copy from our website or on DistroWatch. Yes, we are on DistroWatch now, and from what I've seen, we're number 6 in the 7-day rankings. So we started off, the first time I actually checked the rankings, we were 18, then we jumped up into the top 10, then 8th, then number 6, and it's only been a few days since we've released, so I hope hope we keep climbing those rankings. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell, showing off the XFCE edition of the new MakuluLinux. As you can see, very awesome looking, very stylish, very fast, very stable, no crashes, no issues. Grab your copy and try it, and I hope it lives up to your expectations. So yeah, I'll probably be showing off some of the other editions that's coming soon, Mate and KDE, but I'll leave that for another time. So yeah, this is Jacques, signing out. And oh yeah, one last thing, please don't forget to leave any kind of feedback. I love feedback. Everybody always uses everything, and I hardly get any feedback, and I would love some. So yeah, see you guys soon.